Whew. We're back. How you guys finding the interview so far? Well, it's not really been a formal interview. It's just been a chat with Arnold. I'm really enjoying this. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. For some reason, I wasn't able to see any of the comments. So if you had anything before, can you guys put it into the question mark? You can literally just type it in there. Then it's easier for both me and Arnold to be able to see it. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, sorry about that.
I think we're gonna have to keep this one kind of quick because my battery is on
sure.
like
Oh,
5%.
sure. We'll wrap it up. So I think you were
So I apologize for that,
no,
man.
it's
Sorry.
fine. You were literally just telling us about some actors that you knew, some that you didn't.
Yeah. So walked into the casting in LA, and I remember I was with Franz, and there was Franz is doing amazing right now. He's in he's a black actor from the UK. He's in the show C on Apple. He's also, sorry for the loud bike. He's also in Justice League. He plays the Flash. Not the Flash, sorry. He plays someone in there. But anyway, he's a great actor. So he was in the casting room. So, you know, I'm walking into a big LA casting. I see one of my London dons in there. So obviously it's one of them ones. Yo, this guy on. Yeah. He's in, we're going for the same thing. He's like, I'm going for the same thing. He's like, all right. Because personally, we had already discussed, like with any of my London acting friends, when we go into the audition, we go in there. Like when we're in America and you're going for audition, you go in there American, yeah, and like the whole time when you're in there, American. Then when you leave, and they'll be like, oh, you know, thank you, Arnold. You just turn around and say, oh, you know, cheers, mate. Then they'll be like, he was British. That's the illusion. Do you see what I'm saying? That's the illusion. Whereas if you go in there, sometimes if you go in there as a British guy, and then on action straight American, then what happens is the casting director starts actively listening out for where you sound English, which I don't think is personally fair. You know, if I don't tell you I'm in, you know, just go off my acting, you know. So if you go in as English and then switch to American, they actively try and hear if you sound, you know, and they'll be like, oh, I can hear it. Whereas if they don't know, then they just may think you're just a sloppy, lazy mouth American. Do you know what I mean? That can't pronounce your. Do you see what I'm saying? So when I saw friends in there, it was like, "Walk on, my brother, boom, boom, boom." So, but everyone in the room is hearing we're British now. Do you see what I'm saying?
Ooh.
So this actor who's American, I won't say his name, black American, like African American. I've watched him in films. You've all watched him in films. Like, big him up. Brother, I heard him say to one of his friends that were in the room, like, he was like, "Oh, goddamn, these British trying to take our jobs, blah 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 blah." I was so ashamed. I heard him and I said, "Pussy." Sorry for my language. In my mind, I was thinking, "Wow, look at you." I was thinking, "Look at you." Do you know what I mean? Because I've always felt, see auditions, acting is always like doors closing in your face. No, you're always gonna hear no's. You have to have thick skin. No. Until that one door that opens and says yes. Yeah. So that's something you have to come to terms with as an actor. Yeah, have thick skin. But my thing is, if you don't get the part, that just means it wasn't meant for you. God didn't mean that role for you. So you can't be upset for a role that was never meant for you. That's how I see it. So this guy is saying all this, talking smack because he heard that we're British in there, like dead all that, because the truth, like, why are you, like, we've all got, you know, you're American, bruv. You've been in films. You've already got the upper leg than me. You don't need to be bashing me. Bashing us or talking down to us, bruv. Come on, man. You should be welcoming us black boys, young black boys that come over there. It's nerve-wracking. Do you know what I mean? Welcome us, but they weren't on that.
Yeah.
So I was really disappointed in that. So answering the question, there is a lot of that, you know.
Yeah.
There is a lot of that over there, but
Yeah.
you don't have to be from. I personally feel you don't have to be from a certain place to play a certain character.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be like that. You know, Morgan Freeman wasn't what do you call it, South African when he played Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with that? Do you know what I mean? You don't have to be of the. Anyway, I'm going up in a tangent, but go on. I was just
No,
talking.
it's fine. No, it's fine. I've got a few friends that are actually, trying to get into the acting. One of them, she's actually an actor. And she's asked me to ask you this, like, what is the best advice that you can give to them?
What to up and coming actors?
Yeah.
It's gonna sound cliche, but just make sure it is really what you want to do, and
Yeah.
make sure you do a lot of research. And when I mean research, talk to actors, talk to me, talk to people, but just talk to them about real aspects of it, because people just only shine a light on the glitz and glamour of this. And through this conversation, we've already spoken about like loads of issues
Yeah.
within the industry, including race and everything. So do your research on it, and find out if it's something you really want to do, and find out, make sure you do have the thick skin, because there is a lot of no's, and there and it's just not easy, especially for your mental state as well.
Mm-hmm.
So make sure this
Do you
is what
get
you
any
want to
support?
pursue.
For example, like, sorry, I know we're wrapping
Do
up.
what?
When you do movies and stuff, after you've
No.
done a movie, because I know that you're in the limelight, like, do you get support from a mental health perspective? Like, no?
Not really, it sounds bad, but
Wow.
it's a great question you asked, and we should, especially with, and this is just my personal experience. I'm not saying they don't do this in films, because I do know in films where they do. When it's such an emotionally invoking film, you have to have some sort of therapy just to wean you down out of that zone. Do you know what I mean? And but for me, and I know I've played real life characters with real life issues in films like United Kingdom and The Greatest Man and The Good Lion, and in all three of them, I didn't personally get any I didn't get any counselling or anything to help us come down from that. But you know what? God's my counselor, isn't it? So I talk to
100%.
him and pray to him, and he gives me strength. So
100%.
yeah, man.
Oh, Arnold, literally,
But we should, as actors.
Literally, I'm so happy, like, that you came on our platform. Like, I'm really, really happy. I'm grateful, and you shine so much light into your journey and how you are where you are now. It's great to hear the powerful story of your mom and how she supported you, because there's a lot of mothers on here, and as African parents, sometimes we really want our kids to be the lawyers, the doctors, and we never ever embrace the talents of our children. So it's really nice for you to speak about how your mom supported you, and this can educate us as mothers and even fathers as well on support your child's dream, push them, always be there for them. And this is what I picked up from what your story of what you've been saying. So it's been really, really educational.
It's gonna change though. It's gonna change though. It's gonna change, because the truth is, it's a generation thing. It's a generation thing, literally. And now you're gonna have kids, Ugandan kids, who are grown up, who were born in St. Thomas's Hospital. Do you know what I mean? Born in St. Thomas's, guys, all these kind of hospitals that are gonna be growing in a multicultural place like this, where their first, their first initial job or career that that they want their children to get doesn't have to be a lawyer, doesn't have to be any of these things. It's going to be creative things. They don't have that pressure. And the truth is, the pressure why we had to be lawyers, doctors, and all these kind of things that came from our parents is because they came from what they came from, and they wanted, in their mind, those are the only top jobs that are paying the big that will make sure that our children are okay. It wasn't a personal thing that we really don't want you to do that because it doesn't pay. Come on, they all knew this creative thing pays money, but it was the likelihood of you getting it. It was the safety net. So they want you to have your plan B and a backup.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Oh, thank you. Honestly, thank you so much. And we, as a Choli London, because Choli London is not only run by me, it's run by me and my other half. So,
oh, big him up, man.
well, he's on here. He's watching. So yeah, we're gonna continue doing what we're doing.
Oh no, you crashed.
Sorry. We're gonna continue doing what we're doing. Continue doing what we're doing, pushing, Trolley London. Hopefully, we can grow and give back to the community as well. So hopefully we want to expand on the brand and what we're doing, and to help us unite and
let's work together, sis. Let's work together. Yes. And any help you need to get anyone in the game, anyone, let's work together. Let's try to do like a Trolley London, a live where we just speak on there and we bring names and we just do it. Yes. We just do it, man.
Definitely.
I'm here to help. Just let me know.
Oh, thank you so much. Honestly, we really appreciate it. I don't know if you have any questions for me, but I'm really happy to have you on hand. Yeah.
No, I'm just grateful that you guys even had the time to talk to me on here. So I've always wanted, it sounds weird and it sounds beggy, but I've always wanted, like, I wanted that community that, the West Africans had. I wanted that what Nigerians had and the Ghanaians, that I just wanted that. And it's great that you're making grams like this where we can come together, because we didn't have that before. So, thank you, This is what you're doing for the generation. You don't understand. It's huge.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, you make me all emotional. Thank you so much.
Nah, it's cool. I better get off here before it runs off. But thanks for having me.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
We'll talk again, yeah? You lot, thanks for being
here. Take
here.
Care. Bye.
You too, yeah? See you later.